mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
All right, come on.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass for Tua. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, great.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
21G, 21G.
From midfield, here's Tua. And that is incomplete here.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Motion man is Schwartz. Looking to pass. Tua. Gets this one to Hill. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. A yard all they need, but it's third down. The slot man in motion right. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Motion man is Schwartz. Tua to throw again. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They're right here.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey! Out!
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
Right. Out.
After the turnover, it's Tua.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked.
All right.
Tua going to throw.
He's got room to roam.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cam Smith. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
All right.
Now Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10.
Down at the 31.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
31 yards.
and the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Daniels.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
To the air goes Daniels.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 37. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels.
And it's caught.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Check.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Go ahead.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, get set.
Running left, Achane.
Broken tackle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Second down and 8.
Get set.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Hey. 21G.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So that, Charles, obviously just a game changer here in this fourth quarter, and they're an extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it, because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
Well, there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball trying to salt things away to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Motion man is Schwartz. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now 2nd and 4.
Go ahead.
Tua. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Throwing Tua on 1st down, back to Achane.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Here's Tua.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Now Tua.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Well, the defense circling now. 4th down and 7. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. And this stadium just fell silent in a hurry.
Crowd was ready to erupt, weren't they? But guess what? That chance to win one here, to steal one in the final seconds, goes awry.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the